Robbie Vasquez with none other than Julio Arce, Bantamweight, UFC Bantamweight, getting ready to fight at UFC Fight Night on the 24th of July. He's about to put on a great show with Andre Ewell, and I think it's going to be an exciting fight. You look great. You look sharp.
Thank you.
You look in like when you're in shape. You look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look good. Because I know you constantly train, and then when you train other people, you're training as well. Wow, my man. As we spoke before, man, how's the weight coming along? Good.
Dude, everything's going the way it has to be. Smooth. Got Eric Pena, who does the nutrition for me. So, you know, you got that down. Then plus, I got my great training partners pushing me in the gym. All Team Tiger Schulmann, you know,
Right.
help me get ready. You're good.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and I've seen some good training videos there, and and some good training partners. Fortunately, I was supposed to do this while you were there, one on one, in person, but it didn't for do some unforeseen things. Well, I'll do it in person next time because I don't live too far
Yeah.
from where you teach. But wow, man. So how do you rate this fight for
It's
that?
this fight is the sleeper fight. I think everyone's gonna be like
Yeah,
they'll know they'll see it once it happens.
yeah. It's got this going to be really exciting. Those banging fights because your style, his style, Andre Ewell, uh, you know, and the hunger, the heart, the skill level, the high skill level, and I always look at your highlight reels. I think, you know, and I know that you've been itching to fight for quite some time because the last time you were dealing with the beating COVID.
Yeah,
I mean, you look great, but you couldn't fight obviously because of that. And that
yeah.
was the last time that we did an interview. You had waited before then. I know you're itching, man. I know you. I know you're ready to rep New York, U.S., Latino, everybody, everywhere, man. And of course, your native, your heritage of Colombia. You know,
That's right.
that's right, brother. And yeah, in Queens, that's where you're at right now, in Queens, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a beautiful place with it's the most diverse place in the world, and
Right.
that's a beautiful thing. That's so wonderful, man. It makes the place very very nice. So yeah, so when I'm not in Long Island, I'm over there. I see your pictures in your training. You look sharp, man. What do you think? What do you think? And I don't want to get too much because I know you're not really focusing. But what do you think about your opponent, Andre Ewell?
I'll tell you what. Look, he's he's a vet there. He's fought there a couple of times. He's had some great fights. He had some tough fights. And he's ready for it. Of course, they always feed me the tall guys, so he's one of those tall,
Yeah,
lanky
he's
guys.
tall.
So,
He's tall.
but you know what? Though, it doesn't matter. He he was ready to fight, and they matched us up, so we're just ready to scrap.
Yeah, yeah. But you're used to fighting the taller guys. You know,
I
people
mean, I
say,
fought a 6'1" guy at 45.
yeah, that's wow. I don't know how guys like that tall make that weight, dude. That's a genetics, man. Because like what are you eating? Like we're eating one of these Parmesan crisp like a day or something like little protein. Come on. But wow, yeah, yeah. He's tall. He's has a slick style. Uh, and I know he's pretty hungry. How do you? I don't ask for strategy stuff like that because I don't suggest anyone give a strategy. That's all that's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You know your strategy. That's between even if you know. But how do you see this fight? You know, having to deal with someone who's taller.
I think dealing with somebody tall, it's always you gotta find your range between them, and you gotta find a way to like to jam them up. But look, sometimes fighters who are that lanky, they have a certain tricks up their sleeve when somebody tries to get in close. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just making the right strategy. So then it kind of neutralizes every aspect. Especially when dealing with a longer, rangier fighter.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I've seen you fight. Well, most of the fighters that you fought in, you know, prior to, because of the weight class when I did was, they were bigger than you. You were always a smaller guy, but
Mm-hmm.
you're a scrappy dude, brother. You like you one of them dudes. Somebody was, you know, uh, uh, uh because it's a few of us in and I do stuff with him, and they were looking. They were like, he's a fighter, but he doesn't look like. I said, let me tell you something. Person's face when it's not that much stuff, that's probably a really great thing and a good sign. You know what I mean? I said because I said you really can't tell with people like you see them in civilian clothes. You won't be able to tell.
Yeah.
You ever seen some of the girls that train and I mean they'll choke somebody on the second, man, and they look like I know some they were really short. Some of them really they look like you couldn't tell in their civilian clothes, but they're dangerous. You know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
it's you can't tell. That's like with you, babyface assassin, and I see you, humble guy, very well spirited and everything, but it's a fight and you know it. But you're a pure one of those martial artists to the core. Just your heart,
Thank you.
your humility, how you speak, the post fight, everything, how you deal with everything. You've dealt with ups, you've dealt with down, but you deal with it, and that's why you continue to progress. I saw, unfortunately, well, first of all, the fights last night were really good. Those fights like that, whew, you got some of those are the fights when you see like all this talent, all these hungry guys like yourself, and
Yeah.
congratulations to Misha Tate. She pulled off that victory. I do like Marion Renault. I thought for doing it this long as she
Yeah.
did, man, God bless her. And
Well,
Makachev, that guy, he's Habib's I'm gonna say protege, because do I think he's like Habib? I don't think he's as athletic as Habib. I don't think he fights exactly like Habib, but he has his own style. He did really well. He did really well. A lot of those fights were really great, but the week before the McGregor fight, I was a little let down with that one. You know what I mean? I'm a McGregor fan.
mm-hmm.
So I like Conor McGregor for several reasons. You know, am I like I'm not a fan of sometimes I know but if certain things are going too far with fans
Yeah.
and stuff like that, I'm not with that. That's not
Yeah.
something that's not something I do. But I'm not him. You know what I mean? But I do like the other things he did. And Dustin Poirier, I like him for other reasons. And he's a hell of a fighter. That guy. I mean, what can't you say about the guy? Ups and downs, and look where he's at now. You know.
That's
And
true.
you know. Speaking of which, one of your buddies, Borico, he was in that movie, which I recently with playing the soldier,
Lyman.
Lyman Good. I saw that. I saw his face. I was watching it. I said, wait a minute, that's Lyman Good. Yeah, oh my God, perfect guy to play the role, brother. But have you have you had to overcome anything in this training camp, that made it different? Now, yeah, see, you didn't have to fight without the crowd. Did you get the
Mm-hmm.
chance to do that?
I didn't get a chance to do that.
So you know what I mean. So it's like business as usual, right? Or is it different for you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I mean, look, it's gonna be like a smaller crowd. It's kind of like fighting in the Contender Series. You know, everyone's allowed to bring like their like two family members, and it becomes a small crowd there, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, wow. I know one thing. I know your parents must be extremely proud of you, brother.
Yeah,
Tell me, you got into the martial arts, your story, with your sisters,
yeah.
and then, but that's a wonderful blessing. So, like, did the rest allow you? I don't know if you had any prior like injuries before. Did it allow you to heal better and come into this fight with less injuries? Sometimes you can't say injury free, but or injury free.
Yeah. Look, because the amount of time that took off, I had to get my couple things. I had to get double elbow surgery, so I got that fixed up. And then I've been ready to fight for a while now, but it was like that. Then the whole COVID thing happened, so that's all been good because then we work around and we find ways to get better. We find ways to improve
Exactly.
and improve all around as a martial artist. So everything's actually at this camp went amazing.
Right. So, what is not saying that you're looking past your opponent, but uh, let's say you're victorious on Saturday, right?
Hmm.
What's the next step? What would you like to do? Is there any call outs? You're not the really call out guy. That's not.
Yeah, I don't have anybody to call out. I think like right now I'm just focused on the moment that's going to be that's presented in front of me, and then usually after that, then we decide. Me and the team decide what we want to do next. But as of now, it's just focus
On
on
him.
the fight itself happening. Yep.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, that's good. That's good because you don't look past somebody. You could look through someone, but you don't want to look past them because anything is. I hate to say anything can happen because of course anything can happen. You could stub your toe going into the cage. You could, God forbid,
Yeah.
but it's just a serious, honest look at things of how, especially in that division, those divisions like that. It's so, man, the
Yeah.
talent, man. When it's just so technical, and it's the minutia. Minutia is like it could one little change of something could change the outcome of the fight, man.
That's
So, and
true.
I'm glad you got that surgery. So you feel great now, right?
Yep. Yep.
So
Ready to go.
when you heading out, you don't have to give
Um.
specific times. I don't want nobody coming. Are you Julio Arce?
No. No.
No, I'm just joking.
No. I leave on Tuesday for fight
Awesome.
week.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good, man. And I'm rooting for you. I'm a, you know, and then from the same hometown right now. I mean, you got to root for the brother, man. And then New York City, we got to go to the same restaurant soon. I've been saying that. I was gonna tell you now, and I was gonna say, maybe I should. Then I was like, oh no, he's gotta. I can't do that. Jeez, man, if I go there with some, tell him, let me take you here over here. So, forget it. Forget the weight cut. He'll be fighting at 155. He'll be fighting lightweight. Be like, what
Right.
happened? Well, but yeah, that's still on the table, man. So, like, and that's awesome. Now, when you teach, getting back to Sensei Arce, still staying with the UFC, you teach martial arts at Tiger Schulmann's,
Yes.
Bayside,
Yep.
at New York. And for those that who are not from Queens, it's like different from the other boroughs, where like it's like the Bronx, you put just Bronx, New York, or Brooklyn, New York. Queens is according to whatever area. It's Corona, New York, Flushing, New York, Bayside, New York, whatever. But that's how it goes there. And if you have a sensei like this young man who not just you see that we know that you walk the walk. You don't talk the talk much.
Mhm.
You don't have to, but I mean, I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, you could. But we know you walk the walk. And when a person like that is not only that, but it's also a great teacher, that's not easy to come by.
Thank
because
you.
there's levels to everything. There's levels in coaching too. Person
Yeah.
can only bring you so far as a coach. You know what I mean? Someone who has actually been in there in every level of the game at the highest level at the UFC, because the UFC is not like, there's no other company. You could say this about them, say that about them. That's the highest. That's the highest one there. There's no. I mean, I love some of the other companies. They're great, and what and other things that other combat sports that are not MMA. I love it too. I'm more of an MMA type guy. You know what I mean? But uh, like when you're dealing with that with a teacher like you, man, that would be such a blessing, man. So anyone who
Thank
wants
you.
to sign up, see Sensei Arce, man, well balanced. I'm sure you're a great sense. I'll see you there soon. I'll see you there soon in person, and when you can eat something. I'm sorry, but
I got you.
just sign up, sign up, sign up, man. New York City, you got this guy here, Sensei Arce, UFC Bantamweight, ass kicker, humble guy. You know what I mean? And shit, man, excuse the language a little bit. I'm pretty sure you heard stuff like that in New York before. But
Oh yeah.
man, brother, when you get when you get to when you get there, right? Just for the viewers, do you get nervous before the fight? I get some of
Always.
these questions from people, and they ask
Yeah.
me, "Oh, do they get
Yeah. If you
scared?"
get nervous, then if you don't get nervous, then there's something wrong. There's always some type of nerves, and they don't have to be physically shown, but
Yeah,
everyone's always nervous. Certain points, when they're walking to the cage, the week of fight week, who knows?
whatever specific time could be. Yeah, yeah. Because I've said, if you don't get nervous, and I'm not crippling fear nervous, but if you don't like think about that, because you're about to go in there, and you know you're going in there is not to hand out hugs. Someone could leave
Yeah.
you badly hurt. So that keeps you safe. But if you don't get nervous, then there's some type of in my opinion, and I'm not a mental health professional, but something fucking wrong with you, bro. You don't have any type of nervousness, man. I'm like, do I really want to fight this guy? I might get out of here tonight. You know what I mean? But yeah. So some of the questions I get is some of the weight cut stuff I've covered before. But I tell people that's according to each individual and their habits. Some people have big eating habits. I know as Latino, sometimes we eat like we're going to the electric chair, right?
Yeah, it's true.
We eat huge portions. Is it hard for you to make weight? Just a question. I'm saying.
Not, you know what? No, not as long as I'm just constantly. Look, I eat so clean right now that then when I enjoy something here and there, I don't feel that is not detrimental or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
So it's good as long as you're doing it right.
yeah, yeah. That's good because it's not a ongoing habit where you're eating all this other stuff. You're eating clean. I've seen you advertising on your Instagram and Facebook account. Certain meal prep meals that you've been eating,
Yeah.
and I know that helps you a lot because when you eat clean, it helps you. Trust me, I gotta lose a few pounds right now, but yeah, yeah, that helps a lot. The nutrition, because people ask me also. I have some questions like, what do they eat? So they eat, you can eat prep meals, but the thing is, discipline. You can have the prep meals, but you have a lot of discipline because you know what's at stake. Um,
Yeah.
so what's a regular training day look like for you as far as sessions? How many sessions a day?
I have 2 or 3 sparring sessions a week. My during the week is jujitsu, wrestling, followed by striking as always, strength and conditioning to follow after. It depends what we do throughout the week. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays we sprint. Um, Tuesday and Thursdays is a little more plyometrics based and strength and conditioning based. We're always putting at least 2.5 hours of training in one shot.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I wanted to say that because people were asking. I told them it takes a lot of time, and ups and downs, and you're gonna get your butt kicked in there at the gym and stuff like that. But if you're not, you might want to go to a place that you are. Because when you get in, if you decide to make that a career move, I mean, what advice would you give for someone who
Just be
wants to?
ready. You got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. Plain and simple. If you ain't ready to sacrifice, you ain't ready. Like, you don't say you want to be a fighter and not put in the work that a fighter has to do to become a fighter.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Exactly. Um, yeah. That's number one, and be sure that you cut out for it, whoever, in whatever combat sport. I always tell guys
Mm-hmm.
like make sure not only that you can give it, but that you're able to take it when the time comes. Because this is not like you're a little kid, you got the boxing gloves, and somebody gets hit and goes, I don't want to play anymore. They throw. You can't do that. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Right.
happen like that. And I've seen you. You're so uh, detailed, and but you have a ballsy, gutsy style. Like you
Thank
just like yeah, you just have that style, and I don't suggest anybody go in there if you're not ready. Is going to deal with someone like with that style like you like that because
you. Mm-hmm.
then you make the highlight reel
Yeah.
in a bad way. But and people ask, sometimes do people like that? Do they fight a lot? Do they fight a lot in the street? Do they love to fight? I can't speak for everyone. For a lot of guys that I know, some guys maybe, but the vast majority, that's just a competitive thing. What's your take on that for you?
I don't think people. We don't need to get into fights. We know what we're capable of. So
Exactly.
people sometimes feel like, oh, like as brutes. Like, no, we're like the most humble people ever because we don't have to prove anything to anybody because we know what we're capable of. And
Exactly.
I don't think anybody just at we don't fight all the time. Like we do that in the gym. Why are we gonna go into fights with other people when we can get paid for it?
Yeah, boop. Period. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Great answer. Yeah, right on point. And yeah, most fighters now that especially are like that and more just career oriented, like and just family. You're just so focused on so many things that, and if you're training, you're doing this for money. You're not. I mean, you could be a knucklehead and go in the street and, but they have something for that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I mean, who's gonna be doing that stuff? But when you guys when you train, like what's your mindset before you get in there? Like, is it like Dustin Poirier? He said he prays that that they both come out of there safe or whatever. What do you think before you go in there? You just think,
I just
let
get
me
my
practice, let me kick his ass real quick. I don't know what you're thinking. Like what
just
do you think?
get in there. Just get in there and get out safely. That's it.
True pure martial artist, yeah. Yeah. And I believe when you say that because I know that especially, and I'm not saying I don't believe other some people I don't believe, and they know I don't. When they tell me certain things, I'm like, dude, you're nuts. But they're cool. But other people, they're cool and they're very capable, but they teach. You're a teacher, and you teach all different ages. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that there's levels of how to do things and whatnot. And that's a person with patience. You have a lot of patience, and you're able to see the levels and things, man. I want to say something also for the Spanish viewers, and I'm gonna, so I'll put it at the beginning also. Aquí tenemos hoy Julio Arce del UFC, y va a pelear el julio 24. Él es de Queens, New York. I'm not gonna say Bayside because they
Yeah.
won't know. They think somewhere upstate. So either way, representando lo hispano, lo latino, Colombia, donde son su padre, y a Queens, New York, y toda Nueva York. Y tiene un estilo de pelear que se ve que es hispano, que se ve que como pelea es, tú sabes cómo es, con la calentura, es siempre para adelante, nunca para atrás. Y
Hmm.
síguelo en todas sus redes sociales. Y lo voy a poner en la información cuando envío este video. Y eso, Yeah. So like, where can people find you? Even though I'm going to put it when I post this, they can find you
Everyone,
on social media.
everyone can find me on Julio Arce 89 on Instagram, and then J Arce TSMMA on Twitter.
Good, good. And I'll tell you, I'm not gonna keep you that long because I know you also have a lot of things to do, and you got fight week coming up. So, God bless you with that. You know,
Thanks, brother.
I know it's hard for you over here in Queens, brother, with all the good
Mm-hmm.
food.
Yeah.
You're driving by like this, tunnel vision, tunnel. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you in person next time. And yeah, wow, that's the only thing I can say. I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that you are able to represent martial arts as a whole, to
Thank you.
represent Julio Arce, Sensei Arce, the students there, in how you walk, how you live, how you conduct yourself,
Yeah.
and knowing that how you do conduct yourself in you know, it's a in mainstream society, in the street, wherever you're at. It's when you're in there in that venue, when you're in the cage, obviously, you're in there to fight, respect each other, and then head your way and work toward your goal. So anyone, and I know there's going to be a few that had asked it, that want to pursue a career, the sacrifices, the mindset, and the ability, and I also understand that everything is not for everyone. Everything is not for everyone, you know.
That's true.
And man, God bless you, brother. And I look
Thank you, my
forward to
man.
seeing you. Thank you so much. Te voy a ver pronto, and I'll see you. I'll see you over there at the
You got it.
dojo, at the gym, at the academy, whatever ways people who listen want to still call it. You know. But God bless you, brother.
You got it, man.
Y siempre,
Thank you,
siempre,
brother. Take
siempre
care.
un gran placer. And we're still gonna do that thing where we go eat something, but I'm not just gonna do it. Just not gonna do it right before you're gonna fight, because that's not
You
fair.
got it, man.
God bless you,
Take care, man. I'll talk to you
All
later.
right, UFC Fight Night, July 24th. Julio Arce Bantamweight versus Andre Ewell. That's gonna be a banger of a fight. If you want to see some real high level action with some hungry ass dudes who really want to win, who are focused, it's gonna be violent, but it's gonna be smart violent, not wild. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Okay, God bless.
All right.
Take care.
Take care,
Be
man.
safe. Bye bye, brother.
Later.